disqualified from his finishing position because Cameron Hardy couldn't draw the correct weight, largely because most of the correct weight was lying somewhere out on the track, one suspects. Right, let's have a look, see if we can find any of these runners in this Molecombe Stakes. Just away to the right of the camera and away to my left is the Mark Johnston runner at Muckmahl. I spoke to Mark a few moments ago. It wasn't really time to ask him about all his runners today. We touched on Skytrain briefly. As far as Muckmahl is concerned, he's gone for the Hood today.
I think he needs that to work because the last couple of races he's just been too keen. He's a very pacey horse. He overcame a bad draw when winning at Chester. He looked like he'd potentially a good one, but he's been really lit up the next two runs, and he just needs to calm down a little bit. The ability's there if he can channel it in the right direction.
Okay, so that's Muckmahl. Behind us, for Dougal, just giving a little bit of a whinny to the crowds. One of the, three Richard Hannon runners in the race.
Yeah, like the rest, no match for the very impressive stablemate Ivorwood at Newmarket. But he won a couple of races before that. He again appears to have a better fancied stable companion standing in his way, though.
Behind him is 7 Union Rose, who's got it to do against Beacon and, for that matter, Muckmahl.
He got beat 10 lengths by Beacon at Sandown last time out. As you say, he's held by Muckmahl in that race as well. He was better form previously when runner-up in the Windsor Castle, but you've got to be of a forgiving nature from that last run.
Let's just drift a couple back and have a look at number 8, another Hannon runner. This is the filly, Spirit of Zion, whose season hasn't really gone on the way I thought it might when she made a winning debut.
At Newmarket in a race which can work out well. Has been mixed reports from that race this year. Probably her best run was when she was a length and three-quarter length fourth at Nace in a listed race on her third start. She was below form in France last time out, and now they're trying blinkers.
Needs to step up on recent efforts, that Spirit of Zion. The bell has just sounded, so the jockeys will be jumping on board. I wonder if we'll see any more before they start heading out. Muckmahl has just disappeared away behind our camera. It would be nice to get a look at Beacon, if we possibly can, before they head out onto the track. There's no great activity among the jockeys for jumping up at present. Let's go to the left side of the parade ring again, and we will see, is this Dougal coming back down the side? We're not going to see Fast Act because he's on the way out, and Ryan Moore is about to get on board Dougal, and immediately behind Dougal is Union Rose in the cheek pieces, whom we've seen already, and behind that pair we've got Burning the Clocks, number 2, Peter Chappell-Hyam's representative, and here comes Beacon. So let's concentrate on him. Obviously mounted in the pre-parade ring. That's not a complete surprise because they've been experimenting with a few things with him pre-race.
Yeah, it's obviously that's their main worries, but whatever it is, he's been working because he's been in very good form lately. He is very progressive, and he did win in great style at Sandown last time out in listed company. He's the one to beat on that form, and the Hannons, obviously not Richard Jr., but have won 3 of the last 6 runnings of this race.
So the Group 3 Bet365 Molecombe Stakes up next, and the runners are heading out onto the track.
Runners down at the start then for this next. The Molecombe Stakes. Beacon is 10 to 11, did touch 5 to 6. Cotai Glory 7 to 2. The sustained support for Dougal 12 to 1 into 9 to 1. Now, news coming through in the Lennox Stakes. Here Comes When is now a non-runner. So Gregorian, Professor, and now Here Comes When is out as well. That race is down to 7. That changes, of course, the each-way betting.
Runners about to head off behind the stalls. Shots of Beacon a few moments ago, Steve, going down to start. I know this is the first time that you've seen these shots, but taken down fairly steadily and not overly impressive in his slower paces, you'd say.
No, there are pains, aren't they, to try and get him to go down quietly. With his where they saddled him today and bringing him into the paddock really late. He's clearly quite a fractured type. He's a little bit sweaty. As I say, Richard chooses absolute pains to keep him away from the others and to get him down in one piece.
So the loading process underway for the Molecombe Stakes. A shade of odds on Beacon. Let's touch on Cotai Glory because we didn't get to see him in the parade.
Yeah, I think he's a big danger, Stuart. I mean, he got off the mark 3rd time of asking a Bath maiden. It's not that. the form when last time we went runner-up at Newbury to Limato, I think it's good form. Limato looks a really progressive horse of Henry Candy's, isn't it? It's Henry Candy's. His time was a good time. They had a good horse of William Haggers some way back in third. It just looks like pretty solid form, and although I think the order of the betting is correct, I think maybe the difference between them is a bit exaggerated.
Double figure price at 12 to 1 is Fast Act. Does need to improve, but it was a reasonable effort in defeat behind Tiggy Wiggy in the Super Sprint.
Yeah, it'd be the first sort of proper test of that form. Very fast time that Tiggy Wiggy did, very impressive winner, and this Orf was a good third, and he's rated 88. He's got a fair bit to find with the top two on official figures, but it looks to be going the right way. He was a little bit warm beforehand.
Last one's coming in. Here's Ian.
Dougal, going to be the last in. Comes in, they're ready. They're off. They raced away for the Bet365 Molecombe Stakes as they begin. First one to show, just with the cheek piece, is Union Rose. One from the left, the pink jacket of Kotai Glory, showing very good pace as well. Spirit of Xi'an blinkers on the first time. Dark blue sleeves is next. Mukmal towards the right. Then Nose Bandit on the left is Fast Act. The light blue of Beacon well in touch with the leaders, about 2 lengths off them. Then comes Burning the Clocks. And Dougal is the back marker, already past halfway. Kotai Glory in pink to Union Rose, Mukmal, and then behind those is Fast Act on the left. Beacon switch now, trying to pick up as they head down towards the last furlong. Kotai Glory, the pink jacket, George Baker in front, leading now to Fast Act in second. Beacon is trying to close, got work to do. Half furlong to go. Kotai Glory in front, continues to hold on to Fast Act, who's laying down a big challenge. Kotai Glory though has won to tight second. Fast Act, and with Fast Act was Beacon, and Mukmal behind him in fourth.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Success for Charlie Hills and George Baker in the Bet365 Molecombe Stakes. The Group 3 prize goes to Kotai Glory. Always up with the pace, travelled like a dream through the race, and found for pressure in the closing stages, doing enough to see off Fast Act and Beacon, who seemed to be taken out of his comfort zone before halfway, and then was denied a clear run when staying on, and might have been a little bit closer than even he was at the line. It appeared, as we wait for the time to come, Steve, to be a generously run Molecombe.
Well, he's seriously quick, the winner, isn't he? And he had everything in trouble. Furlong and a half from home. In the end, he's only just held on. Fast Act, which is his best to ruin things by pulling too hard, so by hanging away, has actually ended up franking the Super Sprint form pretty well for a horse to come second in a Group 2 next time out. And you've already pointed out, Beacon found 5 furlongs here, completely different to 5 furlongs at Sandown. He was taken, to use your phrase, he was taken out of his comfort zone. He was making ground when Stockton's run. It was his lack of pace that got him in trouble, though, to start with. And although he's run well, he wasn't as effective here on a sharp 5 as he was at the stiffer 5 at Sandown.
Clock's just over 10 seconds for the second furlong here, and they've completed a time of just over 57 seconds for the 5 furlongs. Dougal was in trouble a long way out. The application of the hood for Mukmal didn't really spark a revival. He's run okay, but he's probably run to a similar level of form at Sandown.
It's almost overworked, hasn't it? Don't you think? It's almost got him.
A bit.
Yeah, a little bit, maybe. He stayed on a little bit, but he didn't show the verve that he was showing earlier in the season. Union Rose showed good pace, run better than